Hey guys, Daggetsir here, and this is my review of the Mizar MZ60 mechanical keyboard. So this keyboard is a 60% form factor, which means it doesn't have a number pad or arrow keys. Essentially 40% of the keyboard has been shaven off. There's a few benefits to doing this. The most obvious one is that it saves a lot of desk space. So if you want to use low sensitivity, but you have a small desk, then a 60% mechanical keyboard can allow you to do that much better. The other benefit is that it's much cheaper and easier to manufacture because it's less materials and parts used. And lastly, it brings your elbows and shoulders in closer to your body towards a more natural position. A lot of times with a full-size keyboard, your elbows and shoulders can get sprawled out, which is bad long-term, especially when gaming. But moving along with the review, here's what's included in the box. The keyboard itself, an information card that tells you how to use the various modes, and also the website where you can download the optional software, a braided 5-foot USB Type-A to C power cable, which is detachable, and lastly the keycap puller and the switch puller, which is the longer metal one. Now, as I mentioned, it is a 60% keyboard, and like I said, those number pad and arrow keys are missing. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a problem, and so to compensate for this, the keyboard is programmed to allow you to hold down the function key to access the keys that have been cut off. For example, if you wanted to use the delete key, you could do so by holding function M. I was surprised at how quickly I adjusted to this. Once I actually got used to the change, it became second nature, and I found myself pressing function all the time without really thinking about it. The most notable feature, however, of this keyboard is the fact that it's hot swappable, which, in case you don't know what that means essentially you can modify this keyboard to use any switch that you want it to use without the need to solder anything. To change the switches, you simply use the included switch puller to pop the old ones out before pressing the new ones into place with your fingers. This keyboard uses a 3-pin design, so any switch that you have that uses 3 pins should work, as long as it's still the same type of switch. For example, if you have the mechanical version of this keyboard, you can't then put optical switches in it. It is worth noting that if you have switches that you really want to use that are 5-pin, you can technically take pliers and snip off the 2 extra pins, and it should still work just fine. While we're on the subject of switches, the ones that got sent to me are Gateron Reds. And also, in case you're wondering, they are not factory lubed, however the stabilizers are. Here's a sound test. Another thing that makes this keyboard so great is its affordability. Currently, at the time of recording this video, it's around $60. Of course, always check for yourself because prices do change. However, at the time of recording this video, this keyboard is a really great value. It also comes in 2 colors, black and white. The white one is really cool because the RGB shines off the white a little bit better than the black one. Unfortunately, I don't have a white one to show you, but as you can imagine, the white one is really neat. Speaking of the RGB, this keyboard has multiple RGB modes. To change the RGB mode, you hold down function and hit the backslash key, and to adjust it further, you hold down function and press the keys next to the backslash key. It's pretty self-explanatory if you just look at the icons on the keys. However, if you don't want to do this manually, you can download the optional software, which is linked on the information card that comes in the box. The build quality of this keyboard is pretty good. The only real issue I ran into was out of the box, it was a little wobbly. I haven't seen this complaint on any other reviews, so I think it's just a problem with the model I got. However, it seems like a pretty easy fix if you just go into the case and tighten a few screws here and there, or you could jerry-rig it like I did with a piece of paper on the bottom. Another thing that surprised me about the build quality is the rattle. I fully expected this keyboard to make a lot more noise when rattling, however, when shaking it fairly hard, it didn't rattle all that much. There was a little, which is to be expected, but overall, it really wasn't that much. I mean, just listen to this. If you're in the market for a hot swappable 60% mechanical keyboard and you don't have a lot of money to spend, then I think this might be the best bet. For me personally, I prefer 10 keyless keyboards, so I probably won't stick to this for very much longer. However, if I was looking for a 60%, I'd be very happy with this one. If you guys have any questions about the keyboard or about anything else, let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, consider subscribing for more content like this, and thank you for watching. Okay, that second shot was pretty nice.